Hello there, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day out there. It's been a cold, rainy one here, very rainy, and actually like 30 degrees and rain instead of snow.
Yeah, I hope everybody's staying warm.
And stay safe out there, guys. If you haven't yet, double check, see if you're subscribed to Evolutionary and EEARTS as well, and Heart's Home, where this is going up. And so we're going to be talking about a very, very popular mantra. This is one of the most popular ones in the world. And, I don't want to get a copyright infringement because you never know. But I will put the link to this if you want to listen to Krishna Das. Krishna Das is one of the most well-known bhakti yoga voices, and bhakti is really, it translates to devotional. It's pure love yoga, so to speak, and it's done through mantras. And so bhakti is a very, very popular practice, and really bhakti is what has brought these mantras out into the mainstream. And there's people like David Premal and Krishna Das, Deva's husband Mittens, Nadam Kaur, Ajit Kaur, and so many others that have been bringing this over to those of European traditions, and bringing such love and vibration and peace through these mantras, as these mantras are truly, truly transformative. I cannot stress that enough.
Mm-hmm. They are, definitely. But, I think so many people are intimidated of the wording and if they're saying it right and if they're doing it right. And I think that's people get hung up on that. And you have to know there's no wrong way. There's no wrong way. There's a comfortable way, but you don't find that until you actually start. So you just try. If you want to get into mantras, Sanskrit, I think is the best way. You don't want to overthink it. Just start.
Yeah, and this is one that's going to be very simple, very easy, very powerful, because you are actually tapping into the energy of the creator of this universe in two of his manifestations, so to speak. Now, in a way, you could view it as the creator of this universe is alive in all of us. Source is alive in every single one of us. So we all have a tie-in to Source and to the creator. And yet there are also these avatars that are very, very well known throughout history. And the last two avatars of Vishnu are Rama and also Krishna. Now, again, Vishnu has what is taken to be his partner, Lakshmi. And yeah, absolutely. Again, this is relating to the divine masculine and divine feminine, which manifests in all these various forms. And again, it can also relate to consciousness itself and the material realm and the marriage of the two.
Mm-hmm. Bringing energies together to make a very, very strong kind of a force, but once we are able to tap into these energies in and of ourselves, then you can move mountains. You start realizing your potential. You start, finding things like finding things that you might want to do, you might want to manifest, and you just put your mind to it and try on these mantras while you do it and see what happens.
Absolutely. There is a pagan tradition saying that says all goddesses are one goddess, all gods are one god. And again, that's a reference to we could look at it as to the yin and the yang. The masculine and the feminine, the interplay between. And it takes that dynamic of consciousness and the merger between consciousness and the material realm to give us all that we have and all that we are in our journey through the densities. One of the things to keep in mind, too, is that, even when we go up to 5D per se, it still is a material realm. It's just a faster vibrational frequency than here.
It is. I mean, everything is a little bit different. Here we are in our densest form. But even still, we are still made of plasma, just as the sun, just as source. Everything is made of plasma. But to what degree, to what degree are you vibrating? Are your cells moving? And that's why people talk a lot about, raise your vibration. But, we're all electric beings. And one of the simplest ways besides mantras is just drink more water, because that makes you more conductive. But if you have this conductive part about you going on with plenty of water, imagine how you could do with patterning yourself with mantras. You'd become so strong, and you'd be able to heal yourself.
We've talked about how when you're outside of 3D, like if you're in 4D, it's really a timeless realm. And it's the same thing with other realms. And these beings can hear you when you reach out to them. And they will respond because they are loving and benevolent, and they look at us like we are their children. That's truly how they look at us, like we are their children.
Right. There's an innocence about it. There's an innocence. So they do look at us and see us in an adoring type of way, not a manipulative way. We're dealing with beings that are all about free will, so they will not inject their understanding over yours, but they do make great guideposts.
So when we look to Krishna on the right and Rama to the left, in some ways they are idealized versions of the divine masculine. In Rama, for instance, to the left, we see somebody that is strong, solid, steadfast, unwavering. Nothing really will stop him in his determination to do what's right. I mean, he will just always do what is right. And he has this air about him. He is very regal. He is very kingly in so many ways, but in such a positive, loving way, as almost like the ideal son, the ideal father. And in the book, the Ramayana, we have very, very entertaining stories. And this is again what the guides have said to us. We hope these stories help you. We hope you enjoy these stories. Again, they are like parables. They are perhaps based on some real facts, but it's all to give us a better understanding of who we are, who they are, and what all this is, so to speak. When we look to Krishna, we find a very different person, even though both of these are thought to be incarnations of Vishnu. But then again, Vishnu is in all of us because we're in his universe, and we're also very different. Krishna is fun-loving. He is kind of a practical jokester. He has a real amazing sense of humor. And at the same time, he can be very somber, serious, and straightforward at times. He's very much, a loving being, but so very playful and so very lighthearted and even just downright silly at times.
Mm-hmm. Well, wanting to be just like the deities, what they want to do, they want to come and they want to sing and they want to dance and they want to enjoy the music and they just want to be happy. That's what these beings are all about. That's the vibration that they carry. That's the vibration that they hold. So as we change our vibration and get closer to theirs, we start taking on that desire to always be fun-loving, happy, more carefree, more relaxed, not so wound up. They give us a good representation of what it's like to just enjoy being human.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are a lot of stories about Krishna as a little baby and as a little child. And yeah, sometimes he got his mother very mad at him because he would, hide things on her and stuff. And then she'd be looking all over and he'd be giggling. And she'd be like, "What are you doing? What did you get into?" As Rama's looking at us right here. So again, when you are doing the mantras to these beings, what you're doing is you're asking for a blessing of their energy. So when we get the energy of Rama, we're ready for any battle that's going to come our way. We will be steadfast and strong. We will always be trying to do things in the most righteous, positive way possible, always trying to uphold those that can't basically defend themselves. And, that's very virtuous. And that's when I think about Rama, I think of virtue, I think of strength, I think of solidity. I think of, again, about always doing the right thing, irregardless of the outcome, even if it, means at a cost to oneself or something that's going to take so much more energy, but it's the right way to do it, then he'll do it, and he won't cut corners. He doesn't take the easy way out. He's, again, steadfast, strong, and loyal, and yet fierce and skilled at the same time. Where with Krishna, it's the loving, it's the compassion, it's the fun, it's the enjoying every moment in life, even when things are maybe falling apart around us. It's still taking time in the midst of a battle to grab a flute and play a little music, and maybe even tell a joke and have some levity. So these are the characteristics of the beings that when we do their mantras, we're taking in. So you can see in doing this mantra, which is very, very simple, you're calling on the energy of both. And together, it's a very, very balancing energy. It's a very, very powerful energy and balancing energy. Again, the Ramayana is a fabulous story, and you could find tons of PDFs just to go ahead and read it for yourself. And again, as the guides have said, they say that we hope these stories help you, because they don't view it as if it's completely 100% dogmatic fact. No, it's something to give us insight. It's something for us to meditate on. And then also, as you see, what's happening there? Well, they're building a bridge. There is something that has been renamed, and we did a video of this. It's been called multiple things: Rama's Bridge, Adam's Bridge, like Adam and Eve, right? Let me just see if I could spell it right. And it connects Sri Lanka to the mainland. Let's see if it comes up. There it is. So this is wild, because this is in the story of this is the Ramayana, I should say. And we could see it's submerged over here, this part, but you can see clearly this, which is alluded to, well, it's a big part of the story. Because what happens is an asura, a rakshasa, which I would take to be kind of what we would equate with the Sumerian Anunnaki, comes and kidnaps Rama's love and takes her off to this island to be his wife. And so with his friends, who many have said maybe they were big feet, they build this bridge, cross over and defeat the Asura army and free her. So this is all in this mythology and this legend, but then at the same time, science can see from above that it is actually there. Isn't that very, very curious and interesting? And have you ever gotten anything on this?
No, not yet. I haven't sat and I haven't reached out to get the information on that yet, but I can tell you there's plenty of truth to it. You don't have to wonder too much. There's plenty of truth to it.
Very, very cool and interesting. So as you see, Rama with Sita, and that is who our dogs are named after. Rama and Sita, incarnations of Vishnu and Lakshmi. And this is another depiction with what they call the monkey people. But maybe they were actually more like a Bigfoot in reality. And this is a depiction of Ravana, who is an Asura. And again, the multi-faces, again, showing kind of their abilities. And this is a flying chariot, by the way. This is, again, how they depict a flying chariot. As you guys know, all these Vimanas, these flying ships, these aerial vehicles are part of the story in both the Ramayana and also in the Mahabharata, which is really part of the story of Krishna. And again, we are talking about beings. Now, it's interesting because in the Ramayana, it actually says that Rama doesn't come from out there. He's an inner earth being. He's from the inner earth. So he is one, perhaps somebody that is related to the original inhabitants from Mu. You know, we've talked about these beings that are blue colored, sometimes depicted as green. With Rama, you'll see him sometimes depicted as in green, and Krishna is consistently blue. The Mahabharata has been told time and time and time again. And of course, chakras are associated with Krishna. And you see there is that battle that we talked about, in which 1.3 billion people died in this one battle. Again, you know, when they depict the flying aerial vehicles, the Vimanas, it brings up all sorts of different thoughts to the mind. And again, we are talking about an interdimensional extraterrestrial battle that is underway. So this is the mantra. And it's very simple. Hare, Hare is how you say it. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Hare is like the energy of the Creator. It's a way to address Vishnu, and it's talking about the power of Vishnu, the power of the Creator. So you're asking for that power to come into your life in the manner that's depicted through the incarnations of Krishna and Rama.
These are like, you plug into these ports and this energy comes to you, and it's very, very uplifting. I know the times that Mike and I have done it, we do find that uplifting place, that fun place where we're just singing along and enjoying it, and you just sort of forget what's happening. You just plug into the fun part of things.
Yes, so as you see, this mantra is most commonly translated as, "O Lord, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service." Popularized in the 16th century by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and spread worldwide in the late 20th century by Srila Prabhupada and his followers in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And so, Hare Krishna Rama, like in drama. And we're always saying, what's your drama, Rama? Because our Rama gives us a lot of drama sometimes. He's definitely a talkative little boy here, big boy. So this is one that it's interesting because it truly does seem to have this effect on you that makes you a little bit giddy, don't you think? I mean, it really does. It's one that really makes you feel, it energizes. It really does energize. So, you know, you'll have people just going off, and see here they're holding their mala beads, just going through. So it's really, really easy again. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And you get lost in it. It's simple, it's easy, and you just get lost in it. And don't worry so much about, you know, again, how you're saying it. Because what we get when the devas interact with us is that they just love the intention and the attention. It's like children going up and sitting in front of their parents and just saying, "We love you."
It's very innocent, very sweet, very, very kind when you plug into these energies. There's no reason to be intimidated. Just go, you know, little bits at a time and do your best. And, you know, as long as you're doing your best, then the best thing will happen, I promise.
Absolutely. So, you know, encourage you guys, go ahead and listen to Krishna Das. You know, here is a guy that just, you know, it comes from his heart. You know, it just comes from his heart, and it's infectious. And as you can see, 924,000 views. It is popular. Of course, you know, it's not, you know, coming out of Hollywood or even Bollywood, but it is coming from the heart.
Indeed.
So as always, guys, thanks for your support over on Ko-Fi and Patreon. We really couldn't do it without your support over there. We truly appreciate it. Check out Medicinal Foods. Use coupon code EEA. You get an extra 10% off. It does support the channel. And check out Indigo and Ether. This is an Etsy shop of one of our dear sisters, Alicia. She is also a Reiki practitioner and very, very gifted, as we do love her products. So as always, guys, much love, God bless, and namaste.
Namaste.